In the game, the Dubs led by 25. It did get a little hairy early in the fourth quarter when the Suns cut a 25-point lead to 7, 92-85. But the Warriors then went on a 15-3 run to break this game open, and they get back on track with an 11-point win over the Phoenix Suns. But it was all about the bench mob as we welcome everybody to Toyota Warriors Postgame live here at the Gatehouse in Thrive City with NBA champion Festus Ezeli, the pride of Yale, Zena Keita. I am Bonte Hill. 63-19. That was the advantage when it came to point production from the bench, Zena.
It was crazy how much the bench stood up, rose out of the ashes, it felt like. But they've been doing this. We called it before the game started. When they're at home at Chase Center, the bench feels comfortable to do their role, to play their role, and they stood up and helped this game get broken wide open early in the game.
I loved Moses Moody's shot making tonight. I love Trayce Jackson-Davis coming into the game and making his impact felt with amazing finishes around the rim. Even QP is a bench player that started today. I don't know, he's bench starting. He did a great job rebounding the basketball, affecting shots at the rim, hitting shots, three-point shots. You could go all the way down the line of how the bench impacted this game. But I love the fact that the team responded today to really a tough road trip. Came out here, first game back at home, riding the crowd's wave, the energy here at Chase Center, and they got this win. But they had to win the game twice, it felt like. You got an early lead in the game. Early leads in the NBA are the kiss of death, all right? And so you had to fight against human nature. Third quarter, Devin Booker had an incredible third quarter, 100% from the field, 17 points, had an incredible third quarter. He's a scorer. That's what he does. And the Warriors were able to withstand that, and the fourth quarter came out and threw their best punch as well.
And they had to withstand the Suns without Jimmy Butler in the second half, who did not return after the break due to lower back tightness there. We'll have more updates on Jimmy Butler as the show progresses here, and we'll see if he's available tomorrow night in Sacramento. But who's Moses Moody? Moses Moody coming off the bench, lighting it up for the three-point line. 5 of 8, Zena, from the perimeter, 24 points. And we showed those splits in the pregame show, what he does at home as opposed to what he does on the road.
What I love most is that at the end of the game, when things got hairy, when things got a little dicey, there were 3 top lineups in the bottom of the second half that were able to help the runs that kept the Warriors in front. The only common thread in those 3 lineups, Moses Moody. He was able to hit those corner threes, just being ready. And we saw that in the first half, whether he was coming off of screens, being able to be available on the kick-out threes. He is always locked and loaded. We knew coming into this game that he needed to get back into rhythm. 24 points, a season high so far. And he showed out on the defensive end, taking the time from Jimmy Butler off of Devin Booker and handling some of that, too.
I'm so happy you talk about the offense. Now I'm free to talk about the defense of Moses Moody.
I knew you were going to. Come on.
Because offensively, he was shooting the lights out. Defensively, he set the tone at the start of the second half. He came out there, that possession where you see him strip Devin Booker, that was his first possession. That's the first possession of the second half. And I love the fact that he is coming up. Moses Moody's moving on up.
He's moving on up, passing our brother Darrell Wright for 18th in Warriors history for 300 career-made threes. Damn, D. Wright. Another record falls for our brother from down in Southern California.
I'm sure D. Wright is not too mad about that.
He's not too bad about that. You know what you're not going to be mad about?
What's
it's
that?
Quinten Post getting the interview for Fitz and Boogie.
Let's go, big fella.
Let's go inside the Chase Center.
So, Quinten, tell us about the center productivity of you and Trayce Jackson-Davis tonight. As a tandem, you guys were fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I was resting tonight, and me and Trayce got the call. So, I thought we both did well, rebounded the ball, and played a good game.
4 of 6 on threes. You guys went back to your pick and pop countless times there, and you were knocking those down. How confident are you in that play and enjoy doing it over and over again when it's working?
Yeah, it's great when the shots go in, but it's something I work on every day, so it felt good.
What was the mindset coming in tonight? Couple rough games on that road trip, wanting to turn things around. Coming into this game, give me kind of the team mindset.
Obviously not the road trip we wanted, but good chance to turn it around. And the Suns, they're a young, energetic team that like to run the floor and shoot a lot of threes. So kind of a similar game that we just played. So I think we had a great day of practice yesterday. We sharpened some of our tools, and I think we were ready to play.
How tough was defensive rebounding, especially down the stretch there? You had 6 rebounds for yourself. They impacted the game with their offensive rebounds, guys coming in, flying in there. They got desperate, but you guys fought hard down the stretch and grabbed those defensive rebounds.
It's always tough when a team shoots a lot of threes, long rebounds. And then it's just, you got to box out. You got to do it as a team, 5 men. rebounding, but I thought we did a good job.
Hey, we'll let you go with this. You're undefeated at home. How good is it playing in front of Dub Nation?
I mean, I thought our crowd was really good tonight. Really needed everybody. Yeah, after being on the road, it always feels good to be back in the Bay. So, yeah, thank you, Dub Nation.
All right, hey, Quinten, we combined you guys. We had Trace Jackson Post today, TJP as the center spot.
I like that, yeah.
Thanks for stopping. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Quinten Post, fantastic from deep. Trace was handling the rebounding and scoring inside. The center tandem was absolutely fantastic, combining for 21 points. And the Warriors, they put that road trip behind them, get the win over Phoenix, but on the way to Sacramento tomorrow night.
Quinten Post, 27 minutes and 10 seconds. And Fezzy Phil,
Big fella!
how about your big fella? He did it all from the perimeter, 4-6 from 3. I know you love the 2-block shots and the 6 rebounds, Fezzy.
Yes, the big fella QP played big tonight. He's a 7-footer in the middle of the paint. He's going against another 7-footer in Williams. And I just love the fact that he was hitting these threes on the outside. On the defensive end, he affected so many shots tonight. Things that don't show up on the scouting report, on the scoreboard at the end of the game. But I love the fact that he was playing with that aggressiveness. We got to find a nickname for him when he's playing like this. When he's playing like the angry QP. What is that? What do you call that?
Zena had a nickname. Huh? I don't think you approved of it.
What do
you
call
didn't like
that?
my nickname. Okay, so, he went to Boston College. I think they're the Eagles. Angry Bird. Angry Bird.
I need something meaner.
Okay,
I need something more nasty. I got 2 block shots. I can't say Angry Bird got 2 block shots.
We got to keep workshopping. We got to keep workshopping. But I'm so happy you talked about things that don't show up on the box score. Those 6 rebounds, they were all defensive. But there were so many plays that Quinten Post was poking things out, right? Keeping the ball active, keeping the possessions open. And that's exactly what you want from your bench players, is just to keep possessions going for the Warriors. I loved how frustrated some of the bigs were, especially in the first quarter. Nick Richards was shut down, essentially. Even, Mark Williams, yes, got his double-double, but he had to go through some people, particularly Quinten Post. So it was fun to see Quinten Post kind of hold down the perimeter.
All right, so
the paint, excuse me.
The paint, one thing I noticed in this game is Quinten Post getting out there, switching, or not even switching, he was hedging.
Corralling.
And he was corralling the ball. I really love the fact that he's being more active on the defensive end. This is the ways that you're going to get more minutes on the floor. If they put him on the floor to be got to stretch to space the game, let the Warriors play freer. Jonathan Kuminga and Jimmy Butler, they can play more free when you have a guy that can shoot at the 5 spot. But if he can come out there defensively and get out there on the perimeter and get out there and really run back to protect the bigs from getting open layups, these are ways that he can get more minutes in the game and ways that he can help the Warriors win more games.
He's going to start some games, especially when teams are bigger. We'll see what happens tomorrow in Sacramento, but you got to think that Friday night against Denver, he may get to start against Nikola Jokic, so he gets a season high, 27 minutes and 10 seconds, a season high in points scored as well with 14. All right, Stephen Curry. We discussed Stephen Curry in the week to forget, when he only shot 32% as the Warriors went 2-2, including that Midwest trip in which they were 0-2. Not the most efficient night for the Chef, 9-23. We're not accustomed to seeing that around these parts. 5-12 for the three-point line after starting 4 of 6 from 3 in the first half. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Teams are still very weary of Stephen Curry when he runs around screens, off the ball. They're picking him up 94 feet. But he did have a team-high 28 points, Zena. But the efficiency, we want to see the 50% again. He's a 50-40-90 guy.
Yeah, he's just under 40%. He was over 40% from the three-point line, and I think that was the kind of the thread line for concern, right? Quote unquote concern for Stephen Curry. But again, in a game like tonight where you needed him to step up, especially in that crunch time, as it felt like the Warriors were unraveling that huge lead that they built, he stepped in exactly when he was supposed to. I still saw some forced passes, some shots that went up that might not have been needed towards the end of the game. But again, you want Stephen Curry dropping 28. It's like Festa said in the pregame. That stat line is what other guys dream of, right? They want that.
That's a slow week for Steph.
That's a slow week. He's got 28 points. But yeah, I think for him right now, of course, you would want better efficiency. But for him, getting the dub, being able to produce, that's good.
I mean, better efficiency for Steph in the first half. Second half, kind of forced some shots. It's a clunky game when you get an early lead, because now you're playing with a little bit more comfort, taking some shots that you normally wouldn't take if the game is tight. But I love how aggressive Steph got. Even when the game got tight again, when he got close, he started taking it to the rim, got fouled a few times, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Isn't there a bet that Jimmy Butler is supposed to make more free throws and shoot a higher percentage than Steph?
We can't count this one, though. We can't count this one. He had to go out with the back tightness.
Jimmy didn't get to the free throw line today either. Only
Yeah.
took 5 shots
Okay.
in that first half as Steph went 5 for 5. But I love the turnovers. Only
Yeah.
2 turnovers tonight by the chef.
No, that's
That's a
really
huge
important.
one.
That's important for the Warriors. I thought they responded very well. The past few games have turned the ball over really badly. So responding, coming back, the bench came back, they responded, and Steph came out and responded. So I want the Warriors to build on this. This is a good home win, and hopefully the confidence is also built as well.
I'm really happy you brought up the drives as well. It was cool seeing Steph taking on Oso Ighodaro, who was
Yes.
guarding him. That's a big body with
yeah.
some serious length in his wingspan, and Steph was not settling for the 3 against him. He was attacking him, utilizing that hesitation to just get a little bit of a step, standing Ighodaro up, and getting able to either shoot over him. I saw it live, being able to get right over his hand or at least get the foul.
Ighodaro, a very good defender.
We talked about this, Bonte. It always takes me back. Whenever you see Steph on a big man, ISO one-on-one. Run the tape back to 2016. 2016, Steph at ISO against Kevin Love in the
Love.
Why you
finals,
want to
Game
bring
7.
that up? Why you want to bring up
I only say
Mother's
that
Day?
because every time I see Steph, since then, that moment, I feel like there is always this thing in Steph's head. It's like, I have to score this basketball. Because of that moment back then, he has worked so hard to perfect his ball handling, his ability to get by bigs, get by everybody in that one-on-one situation. And he called for the ISO against Ighodaro. I was like, okay, I need to see this. He had this really beautiful jumper off the glass, or at least a running hook off the glass over
running
a big
floater.
man.
It was beautiful.
Really, really nice.
No doubt about that. We'll see if the Warriors can sweep another back-to-back tomorrow up in Sacramento. So far, 2-0 on back-to-backs, but it'll be tough at the Golden One Center. We're hoping to hear from Stephen Curry on the other side. Plus, we'll hear from the remaining stars and show you some of the clips from tonight's win against the Phoenix Suns. That is all coming up on Toyota Warriors Postgame Live.